Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Liz. Welcome back to my channel. If you're not new here, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching my video. Today, you guys, I'm gonna speak to you about my experience with preterm labor and preterm birth and dealing with having a premature baby and all that stuff. So first of all, I want to tell y'all both my kids were premature. One came at 32 weeks, that was Journey, and Eden came at 33 weeks. So I'm just gonna get right into it. I went on June 9th to my doctor's appointment, just a regular doctor's appointment, and I think at that point I had started to go every 2 weeks. I was already having some high blood pressure, so they had said that I had preeclampsia already. Preeclampsia is basically just elevated blood pressure during pregnancy. I think it was like the last 2 appointments that it started getting like climbing higher and higher, and then the last appointment that I went to, it was really high, and I hadn't even eaten that day. It was I was actually feeling pretty good that day, and I had no kind of indicators that my blood pressure was high. I was feeling fine. I didn't have any headaches, no symptoms. So after my doctor's appointment, my doctor, she sent me to the hospital, to like the actual hospital, to be admitted because my blood pressure was too high. I had officially had preeclampsia. So if y'all see me looking down, I wrote down some notes so I wouldn't forget anything. But so yeah, on June 9th, that was the day of my doctor's appointment. Got to the hospital, they talked to me about a possible early birth, and I was very upset because I just thought it was way too early. At 32 weeks, she still had a whole full 2 months to like develop and everything. But I actually cried, and Juwan was like, it's gonna be okay, you know, just trying to comfort me. And the nurse, she was really sweet. She was just telling me they do have babies that come through there that are born at 32 weeks that actually, you know, they thrive and they grow, and you wouldn't even be able to tell, like after a few years, the babies, they are, you know, they pretty much catch up with the age that they're supposed to be, you know. And after I got there, they put me on something called a magnesium sulfate drip, and it's basically they put it into your IV, and it's something that's supposed to bring your blood pressure down. And I was on that on and off for about 3 days, June 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Yeah, 3 days I was on it. And I couldn't eat. Like they would give me like some, what is it called, veggie broth, like different broths to eat, but I couldn't eat like solid foods. And then at one point I couldn't eat anything, no broth, no anything. They would just give me fluids through the you know, through the IV to keep me hydrated. And they also did daily ultrasounds to make sure the baby was okay, to make sure she was okay and the heart was still beating and all that. Well, you know, they had me on a monitor, but they just wanted to make sure she wasn't in stress, in distress or whatever. So those 3 days passed, and then on the morning of the 12th, my water broke. Or was it that evening? I think it was that evening. The evening of the 12th, my water broke. So my water broke, which I thought, okay, she's gonna come, like today she's gonna come. So I labored all night. I didn't get an epidural until I was about 5 centimeters, because I was like, I want to go as far as I can without getting it or whatever. So after I went all night well, it wasn't all night. I think it was till like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. I was just like, okay, y'all can go ahead and give me, you know, give me the epidural, because I was in pain. So then they got afraid because she wasn't responding. They would have these little vibrating thing. It's like a vibrating buzzer thing. They would put it on my stomach to see if she would react, and she wasn't reacting. Like, that is so typical Journey. She just was not bothered, looking around, you know, because we would watch the ultrasound while they're doing it to see how she would react. She wouldn't jump, which she wasn't scared, startled, anything, like nothing. So that's when they decided, okay, we're gonna do the C-section for sure, like that day. And as a matter of fact, I was going to see maternal fetal medicine. It's like the high risk doctors. I was going to see them every day while I was in the hospital. Well, they were coming to see me every day while I was in the hospital. So they would decide day by day if they were going to take her, because they really wanted to keep her inside of me, you know, so she can grow. And so they would check me every day just to see. They would be like, okay, we might have to schedule a C-section, and then later on they'll be like, okay, we're gonna see if she'll stay in for one more day. So we were literally taking it day by day. And so the morning of June 13th, they came in, they told Juwan, you know, we're gonna go ahead and take her like this morning. And it was so fast. And Juwan was like, okay, well, what time, you know, so I can call our family and people can come up to the hospital. And they were like within the next hour. So it all happened so fast. Like, when she came, nobody was there. It was just me and Juwan, which I kind of wanted my labor to be just us two, you know. And that's when she came. So she weighed 3 pounds 8 ounces when she was born. And she stayed in the NICU for about a month and a week. I think a month and a week exactly. And I would go up and see her all the time, like every day. And it was hard. It was really hard to go home without my baby. Like, oh my God, it was so hard. And I would first of all, I had a C-section and we had stairs in our apartment at the time. So I would be coming up and down the stairs, like washing clothes, bringing clothes back to the hospital. And we had a deep freezer with my breast milk in it. And so the deep freezer was downstairs. So I would come up and down the stairs like every night, you know, doing that. And so I really didn't take it easy like I was supposed to, being that I had a C-section. And so it was rough for me, like the healing process, because I was doing too much, like so early. But it was because I wanted to see my baby. Like, I would go up to the hospital every day and the nurses would be like, Mom, like, you need to go home and rest. Like, we got this baby, we're gonna take care of her. So like, I know it's hard. If any moms are watching this and you have a premature baby, I know it's hard. Like, I went through it, so I know it's hard. But you have to trust the nurses that they're gonna take care of the baby. And when you come home, when the baby comes home, it'll just be like a new fresh start, you know. And it's good for you to go up there and see like different things that they do with the baby, and like just so the baby can know you or whatever. But don't overdo it, especially if you're healing from a C-section or just from giving birth. Like, you want to let your body heal before you go back and forth to the hospital. But I also breastfed Journey while she was in the NICU. And that was very rough because the baby wasn't there to like wake me up during the night. So I would have all these timers. So yeah, the baby wouldn't, she wasn't home to wake me up when it was time to eat. So I would have these timers set for every 2 hours for it to go off, and then I would breast pump, and then I would go back to sleep, and then I would breast pump again 2 weeks, you know, over and over every 2 hours. And yeah, like another tip that I want to give y'all, like if you're a breastfeeding parent, or if you plan to breastfeed when your baby comes, let me tell you something. I hear so many women and girls saying, I didn't breastfeed because my milk didn't come, or my milk took too long to come, so I didn't breastfeed. I wanted to, but I couldn't because my milk didn't come in. Your milk is not going to come in as soon as you give birth. Please know this. You might have like colostrum coming, like leaking down, but your milk is not going to come in unless you train your body to make milk. Your baby can survive for up to 2 days without any, you know, without eating or whatever. So if you pump like regularly, periodically for 2 days, by the time those 2 or 3 days pass by, you'll start to have milk. The more you pump, the more milk you make. You have to teach your body to make milk. You have to do it, pump, and then, or put your baby to breast, or whatever you want to do. And yeah, that's how I was able to have so much milk stored up when she got home, because when she was born, she wasn't able to suck. And so I breast pumped so much milk, y'all. I had so much milk, and I would just bring it to the hospital, and they would feed her I think it's called Gavage or something like that. Gavage, I don't know. All I know is they had a feeding tube in her nose, and that's the way she ate. Another thing, if you have a premature baby that doesn't get the suck, I think you get the sucking sensation at 38 weeks, 39 weeks, and she was born at 32 weeks. So it took her a long time to get the sucking sensation, the suck, swallow, and breathe combination. And I would always be like, oh, I want to go to, you know, to her session, because they always sent these therapists to help her eat, help her practice or whatever. And so I would yeah, when I would go to her sessions and watch them help her practice, it would be so heartbreaking just seeing her struggle to suck her bottle and drink her milk. Like that was the hardest thing about her being in the NICU, was the learning how to suck and swallow and breathe combination. And but yeah, when she came home the day after her baby shower. So also with Eden, she was born at 33 weeks, which was I didn't have to stay in the hospital with her for that long, because my water broke at home, and so I went to the hospital, and then she was born the next day. But if you have preeclampsia, or if you've had it, one thing that my doctor told me was, don't blame yourself. Like, don't blame yourself if your baby comes early, because some people just, when they're pregnant, they just have high blood pressure. Because your blood is pumping for 2, you know, so that gives you high blood pressure sometimes. And also, there was something else that I wanted to say. When she came home from the hospital, she was 5 pounds, y'all. 5 pounds when she came home, and she was already a month and a week old. So when she came home, it was really good. And but yeah, when she came home, we were so excited. Oh my God, we took her. I was very like protective. She didn't go out until she was about 3 months. So after she came home, I kept her inside another month, and then I took her out or whatever. But I basically made this video just to tell you about my experience with my premature birth. If any moms out there have given birth prematurely, comment below and tell me about your experience. Or if you made a video about it, just tag me in it so I can see it too. And it gives like all the different praise reports on all these preemie babies that were born, and it shows their growth and all that stuff. But it's pretty neat. And yeah, I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys about that and give you some encouragement. If you have a preemie baby, it's not gonna last forever. That baby is gonna grow, and you're not even gonna notice that it's that they were born early. As you can see, my kids, they don't even look like preemies. They caught up in weight, they caught up in intellectually, like everything. They even surpassed what they were supposed to be. So thank you for watching my video, guys. And I think the next video that I'm gonna do is breastfeeding, and I want to talk about how it's not as as popular in the Black community as we would like it to. And just give you guys some tips, talk about my breastfeeding journey with both of my girls. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to. Bye.